All right, let's get started. So, Toastmaster Lakshmi, Archana, let us see your happy faces. All right, let's start with a big round of applause. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, uh, that's like it. So, my name is Pradeep. I am your sergeant at arms for the day, and I welcome you all for taking out time for this Saturday, this community day, and taking out time and joining us on the 431st meeting of Eloquent Toastmasters. As sergeant at arms, my responsibility is to introduce you about the MRP of Eloquent Toastmasters. So, as a community, Toastmasters has a mission, which is we provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. So, talking about R, which is rules, since most of us are joining offline, uh, rule the first and foremost rule. If you are carrying this device with you, please pick it up, check it once, and put it on silent mode. You have 10 seconds. Great. And as a community, we respect everyone's sentiment. So we request you to refrain from speaking about three topics: sex, religion, and politics in derogatory manner. For our online audience, please ensure that you are on mute when you are not speaking. And in case if you are moving away from camera, kindly uh, turn it off so that the speaker on the stage doesn't get distracted. And the last one, P is for passion. Eloquent Toastmasters Club had been a president distinguished club, not for one, not for two, not for three, in fact, 4 consecutive years. And for that, I literally salute the spirit, the hard work, and all the efforts of members and past AC members and the current AC members. With that, let me hand over the stage to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Bhavna, ladies and gentlemen.
Prateek, you're not audible. I can't hear you. You're on mute.
Can you hear Bhavna's voice? Can you hear us now?
Yes, yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I would like to introduce our guest here. I would request you to come here on the stage and introduce yourself one by one. We have our guest today. Let's have a little round of applause. Sir, please to come here on Saturday morning.
Okay, but I get up very early, so it's fine. Hello everybody, my name is Shaurya and I'm an architect by profession, but now I am venturing into the urban development and technology sphere. And I've actually been a Toastmasters for about 3-4 years now. I am actually a part of the Turning Point Toastmasters Club. But the only problem that I find there is it's all virtual. So you don't really get the feel of the whole thing in a virtual meeting. So now I'm looking to transition to the real thing, which is a physical meeting, which is gonna be useful for the rest of my life, right? So that's about me, and I look forward to listening to you.
We have one more guest with us. Guest.
We have Tarun, Dikshita, and
I'm also there. Hello everyone, my name is Tarun and I am from Jalandhar, Punjab. I work here as a data analyst at Beckton Kingston, and this is my third meeting. And I look forward to attend more meetings and become a member of this club.
We have one more guest here, guest Dikshita. So you are not a guest anymore, but still we would like to have hear you again.
Hi everyone, my name is Dikshita. Today is my second as an offline guest, but I am planning to join this club or at least join Toastmasters for sure, starting from next week.
And
Hi everyone, my name is Sumit. I work as a product manager at the green company. I have been in the Toastmasters from last 6 years on and off, largely off. So I look forward to getting back to it and moving forward.
we have one more special guest here. Those Pastor Ram. Who is a guest for us?
My name is Raja you never forget. Raja Kumar. So I have a Toastmaster already for last 3.5 years, but offline and sometimes online, right? And I'm today here to give a speech also. So basically, if you look at my qualification was in Hindi. I graduated in Hindi, so you develop yourself at multiple level because of your technical skills, but you don't develop yourself on leadership and leadership skills. So I joined those masters to deep dive into understanding the communication and leadership. So I'm still in the deep the water. I'm trying to find out some timings. Okay. Thank you.
We have one more guest Ashish here.
I know.
So you can come here and introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, good morning. So myself Ashish, and I'm from right now. So I'm working in the practice and I'm into sales background. And about my qualification, so I have done graduation in commerce and I have done post graduation in marketing and sales from the IIT. And currently I'm also pursuing to enhance my skill Six Sigma. So I'm here to learn. Thank you.
yeah, so Sagar is there.
Yeah, so we have Sagar here online. So Sagar, I would like to turn on your camera and introduce yourself to the audience.
Hello everyone. Bhavna, I will turn on my camera in a while. Is that fine? I'll just continue with my introduction without turning on the camera.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you. So, guys, my name is Sagar Kharbanda. I'm a cybersecurity professional. I'm joining this club as a guest for the second time. And in fact, I have paid the fees from the next meeting onwards, I'll be a member. And I've been a Toastmaster for a couple of years, but on and off. And this time I look forward to, joining the club and attending the meeting regularly. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sagar, for introducing yourself. We are looking forward to have you in our further meetings. We
Physically.
have Tarun here.
So Tarun is here. Yeah. It is. Okay, Tarun is also. Absolutely. We can. We can leave.
Oh. Ramesh.
Mr. Ramesh.
Mr. Ramesh. So we have Mr. Ramesh here. I would request you to turn on, yeah. So you can introduce yourself to the guest.
Thank you very much. Last time I joined offline and liked the proceedings. So that's why I am again here. I'm Ramesh Madan. I'm working with Crompton Greaves. I'm into sales and marketing. Thank you.
So the point is. Rashmi, Puneet, can you confirm, are you hearing the same sentences again and again or only one time?
One time.
Oh, it's fine now.
It's not on mute. Please, will show the color.
One time.
It's fine now.
Thank you everyone for sparing your time on this Saturday morning to be part of this meeting and to share your learnings and experiences with us. Without any further delay, I would request to the Toastmaster of the day to come on the stage and commence the meeting forward.
Volume up later. Whenever someone speaks.
Yeah, Toastmaster of the day is Tech Master as well for the day. So he's done with his duty and now he can play a role of Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavna. Yeah, that's the beauty of Toastmasters. You get to wear many hats sometimes, like multiple roles in the same meeting as well. How many we said in the house? How many? We said.
Meetings.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you. So when I was in my B.Tech years, I learned a trick which you till today I'm practicing. So it goes something like this. When let's say you have only studied about account, and the examiner asks about the board, then all you have to do is write 1 or 2 lines about the board, punch a nail into it, tie a noose around it, tie it with the cow, and start writing about it. So the same approach I will be using today. Power of compounding, which is today's theme. Obviously, I'm not wannabe corporate slave / desperate corporate slave who is a wannabe film influencer or influencer. And in Eloquent Toastmasters Club, there are many experts who can always give you more information about the finance things. So the approach I will be using the compounding as the word. I will say 1 or 2 things about it. Then punch in someone else's idea into it. And then tie with the cow. Again, 1 or few lines, original thoughts from my end, and ultimately I will be only talking about the cow. Now, talking about compounding, you all may have heard that if you start an SIP with 5,000 rupees and continue it for the next 35 years, you will get a whooping 3.25 crore in next, assuming 12% rate of return. But that's not what the kind of compounding I will be discussing today. Instead, let me share the story with all of you. So many years ago, or should I say many ages ago, there was a man who came up with an idea. And with that idea, he started looking for like-minded people for investment. And investing what? Money. But again, with a twist, not that usual kind of money that we use every day. Instead, proverbial money. So can anyone tell me what proverb comes into your mind when you think about money? Anyone?
Not feel that some rule or something that I have read on the internet. People say that money can't buy happiness, but I think that is. So that's it. Then. Many times.
Almost all the time. Anyone else? It is power. Money is power.
So, yeah, money does not matter to me, But then I make it as money does not matter to me, a lot of money matters to me.
Bingo. Time is money. So that guy got together with like-minded people and decided to invest some time to work on his idea, which will result in greater heights for a meteoric price. They started spending some time. And would you like to know how their efforts compounded at the end? That guy left his world 25 years before I was born. But still, even today, his effort has compounded into an organization that has 280,000 members in 144 countries via 14,777 clubs. Yes, you guessed it right. Ralph C. Smedley, founder of Toastmasters. So the truth, the power of compounding is that it doesn't only work when you are speaking, but in fact, if you are still not in the work, it keeps on doing its job. To make the context more clear, let me share one more incident. Last week, we as EXCO members, we had a training and code was discussed over there. It was reminded to all of us, which was you are
The product of 5 people.
correct. 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 So you are average of 5 people you spend your time with. Now, just for a moment, imagine you are trying hard. You are doing everything possible, but still growth needle is not moving for you. But you are in touch with these 5 people who are also putting some effort in their self-growth. Ultimately, your average is still increasing. If you are not moving anywhere, still, because of the reason you are connected to these 5 people, these 5 members, your average value is still increasing. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, is the power of compounding. And we will be talking about that compounding in relationship more in today's session. But before that, for benefits of our guests, let me share agenda of today's meeting. So usually all Toastmasters meetings are divided into three sections. Where first section is prepared speeches, in which existing members, existing Toastmasters, they deliver speech on a predefined, pre-scheduled assignment and timeline. Then the second section, which is the most exciting part of the entire meeting, a Toastmaster meeting, I personally love it the most. Table topics. So in the table topics, our topic master will be throwing random topics at us, and we are supposed to speak over it for minimum of 1 minute to maximum of 2 minutes. And the last but not the least is evaluation section. So all aspects of the meetings will be evaluated from different point of view, and the evaluation report will be shared during this evaluation session. And for the evaluation, we have a wonderful GE with his tag team who will be evaluating today's session. Without further ado, let me invite Toastmaster Vishal.
Thank you so much, Pratik. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Welcome. So I am the general evaluator for the day. I will evaluate everything that happens today and everything that does not happen. Which includes how we, introduce our guests, how we introduce speakers, how we introduce the role the evaluators of speeches, role players, etc. The success of every person depends on the team, and it's a big task to manage the overall meeting today. And I'm not alone on this journey. I have a lovely tag team with me, which consists of the timer, counter, and rebellion for the day. So they'll be helping me to evaluate the overall meeting. So I would like to introduce our role players. So the timer for the day is Toastmaster Tarun. Can you come on stage and explain what your role is about? As we are talking about time and compounding, so I want to share an incident. One fine day, I woke up at 9:15 and I just saw the time and I thought that why not check the stock market. And I opened the stock market and I saw that there was a huge dip in the graph. So I immediately thought of adding money and putting it on some stock. But by the time I added money and decided that I should put the money, it has sharply risen within a time frame of 1 or 2 minutes. So this is the importance of time. And I will be I am the timekeeper of today, so I will be sharing that the time limits of each person. So for speech we have 4 minutes. At 4 minutes I will be showing the green card, and at 5 minutes I will be showing the yellow card, and at 6 minutes I will be showing the red card. For the overall evaluation, at 2 minutes I will be showing the green card, at 2:30 the yellow card, and at 3 minutes the red card. For table topics, for each individual, 1 minute green card, 1:30 minute yellow card, and at 2 minutes the red card. So
just one correction, for Toastmaster, Rajendra.
Rajendra.
Yeah, so for on 18 minutes, yellow card, then 20 minutes, green card, then 22 minutes, red card.
I would like to introduce our counter for the day. It's takes a dual role of counter as well as Toastmaster. Toastmaster man. Very good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Strategic pauses, the one I just took, are extremely important, right? But if you use the filler words quite often in your speech, like so, that will deteriorate the quality of your speech. So as a founder of today's meeting, I'll be keeping track of the so that you will be using in your speech, and I'll provide my report when called upon by the general director. Okay, good morning once again. I'm playing a second role as well. As Toastmaster Pratik said, we get to wear so many hats. So the second hat is a bookmaster of the day. The portion which I love the most. As a bookmaster of the day, I'll be sharing a summary of a beautiful book which I recently read. I hope you will find that insightful. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Mayor, for stepping in and taking two roles. Now, moving on to the third role player, the part of my team, we have the grammarian Rashmi. So, Rashmi, would you like to introduce your role and also the word of the day and phrase of the day? Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishal. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. So, as a grammarian, I have a dual role today. I'll be introducing the word of the day, and secondly, I'll be keeping track of the usage of correct language and if any errors we make throughout our meeting.
So as a grammarian, I have a dual role today.
My voice is repeating. 1 second. Sachin, is it fine now? Pratik? Hello? Vishal, can you hear me? You're on mute. I can't hear you.
You can start again, Lakshmi.
Oh, okay. So, good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a grammarian, I'll be handling two things in the meeting. First is I'll be introducing the word of the day, and second, I'll be keeping track of the correct use of language throughout our meeting. So, the word of the day is adapt, which means being proficient and skilled at something. For example, we are adept at public speaking. So I encourage everyone to use this word in your speeches, table topics, and evaluations. And at the end of the meeting, I'll be discussing how well we have used the correct usage of language, any interesting quotes, phrases, or words that I have encountered throughout the meeting, and the maximum usage of language. Over to you, Toastmaster Vishal.
Sure.
It's fine, we can talk about message.
Okay.
Okay, meanwhile, as well, we should be typing the word of the day and the phrase of the day. We follow a practice in Toastmasters that whenever someone uses the word of the day and phrase of the day, we give a thumbs up like this to encourage that person. So I think that's with my tag team, and at the end of the meeting, I'll come back again when I'll be called on by the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Pradeep, and then I, along with my team, will present my group. Toastmaster Pradeep, back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vishal. As Gestern was talking about timing, yes, timing are important in life and major events. Again, when we are talking about relationship compounding, there was a time in my meeting here when I was with some, I won't say birds, but some average classmates. As many of you may know that when it is about BTech, mostly for a casual student like me, it is when it is about exam, it is 195. So we throughout the semester we don't study, but when it is one night before the exam, we study the entire thing. So what happened? The exam was set to commence from 9:30 till 6:30 in the morning. We have to study. And I was pretty confident that I will clear the exam. But since I was wide awake throughout the night, I felt an urge to sleep. So I told my roommates that just wake me up at 8:30 and then we can go for the exam. I don't know what was the reason. No, but no one woke me up. So I straight away woke up at around 12:30 or 1. And even after preparing, even after when I had the content ready, I was that I mean I was sure I would clear the exam, but because of some poor management from my end, from the roommates, I unfortunately missed that exam and I waited that again for 12 months to reappear for that exam. So that's why, ladies and gentlemen, timing is important. At all the crucial decisions, whenever the moments are there in your life, you have to take a decision in the right time. And I firmly believe in synchronicity, which simply says right things happen at a right time. But by the or by any reason, you should be at the right place at the right time. And I mean, you will witness actually. With that, let's move to our first section of today's meeting, which is prepared speeches. And the first speaker that we have today is a senior member of Toastmasters, which is Toastmaster Rajendra A. Arora. But before inviting Toastmaster Rajendra, I would like to invite the pragmatic word of Eloquent Toastmasters Club, a speech wizard,
Something good to say about
I'm at also word for the word wizard of Eloquent Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Bhavesh, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pradeep, for that lovely introduction always. Firstly, very good morning, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. My name is Bhavesh Meghani, and I will be playing the role of an evaluator for Toastmaster Rajendra speech. Now, Toastmaster Rajendra will be actually delivering this speech on Project 2, Level 5 of the Pathway Effective Coaching. The purpose of this speech would be to actually keeping the audience engaged and hooked throughout the speech, because it is going to be a longer format kind of a speech where he will be delivering a keynote session. So the aspects on which I will be analyzing Toastmaster Rajendra's entire session would be that how he is using, I would say, relativity factors or humor or his impeccable presentation skills to engage the audience as much as he can. And also, I would like to challenge Toastmaster Rajendra to provide us with a purpose towards the end of your session, so that actually we can also go back with something to learn from. Apart from that, I would also encourage you to use the word of the day as much as you can, impromptu. I'm looking to learn how we can all embrace the change, because the title of this entire keynote session is going to be "Let us embrace the change." So here it goes. Toastmaster Rajendra, let us embrace the change. Let us embrace the change. Toastmaster Rajendra, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavesh. So So our next speaker is Mr. R.K. Arora. He is trying to become a Canadian to enjoy the Western. He is a mechanical engineer by profession, a Lean Six Sigma expert, and a productivity improvement wizard by his passion. Leading as a VP manufacturing excellence in one of the auto part manufacturing organizations. He joined Toastmasters Club to overcome the glass ceiling of language barrier, as he is graduated in Hindi, which loosely translate to exactly translate to यांत्रिकी अभियांत्रिकी में स्नातक. So without further ado, let me invite Toastmaster R.K. Arora. Yeah. Sure. Yes, automatically will share. Extend presentation mode. Yes, just like. How to share it? Let me share it first. This looks like. Yes. Are you able to see online audience? Can you confirm?
Yes, we can
Yes,
see.
yes, we can see. Thanks, Vishal.
Thank you. Timer, before I start my speech, I would like to share with you that this speech I need green card at 18 minutes and yellow card at 20 minutes. At 22 minutes, I need that. Perfect. How many of you want change? And how many of you want to change? Great. Since you are from Toastmasters, so you want to change, that's why you are here. But many people are not here. Mass is not here. Right? How many of you use Murphy radio or maybe Philips radio nowadays? Are you using this? Why are you not using it? There is no need now. No need. So why you are not using this phone? Print you may have dial, or maybe you are not using Nokia phone to games game. Not using.
We are evolving with the time, that's why we are not using.
So you are involved with that time. That's why you are not using. You are also not using televisions. You are using LEDs nowadays. And you are not commuting through like cars as of now, right? Also, I have time. But this only for some period of time. But we used to travel with this kind of computing systems in childhood when I used to live in my village. While I have gone and used all these things in my life, radio, television, previous television is one of the favorite television of my wife and me because it was produced, this picture too was produced in my company, Sample, and this TV was given to my wife as a gift by his father in our marriage. So I remember it was 8th November 2020, around 12 o'clock. Diwali was approached to come. It was only 6 days left.
and I was making sure that the housekeeping of my store is being done. And when we were cleaning the store, housekeeping was being done, we found this radio. We also found our tape recorder. I have a tape recorder with cassettes, television, and landline phone also. So when we were using this telephone and all these things, it was an emotional day for us. When I got all the things outside of the store, my wife was taking care of it, and we used to listen. Hanging on radio. We used to see Chitrahar on television, and we used to have a lot of fun through these phones and all those things. With that nostalgia of having emotions, I went for the sleep. And when next day I woke up and then reached to my office, I was eating my homemade lunch and I got a call from my dad. Mr. Arora, I want to meet you. I went to his office. Yes, sir. Mr. Arora, we are transiting to cloud now. How much good you are in digitalization and digitization, or maybe AI or ML? I heard this word today itself. I'm not much aware of it. I'm from mechanical engineering side. How much good you are in Excel or maybe data analytics, or maybe good, maybe advanced tool of Excel. I heard about pivot table and VLOOKUP, but I am not using it. Mr. Arora, we are in the process of delayering, and we are sorry to let you know that you are also into delayering team. I was speechless. I was having nothing in my mind what to say. And negative thoughts were keep on coming in my mind, and I heard the voice of my son, Papa, get up, you are getting late. You are supposed to go to office. Thanks God it was in a dream. What I found in the day when I was searching out all the items which are now irrelevant, obsolete, and ending I was listening all those songs which we used to listen. We used to see some Chitrahar on YouTube. But in the night, when I met director, I realized nothing is going to happen without change. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today I am going to share with you a management change formula and 4 stages of change. So, if you look at change, how much effort do we need? So, efforts need proportional to the resistance. We all have a resistance. Anybody do not have resistance? We all have resistance. Maybe you might be having resistance even enroll in those ones, because there are many things. So the recipe which I have for the change management is have a cup of dissatisfaction for this. Without dissatisfaction, nothing is going to happen. Until unless you are not dissatisfied, nothing is going to happen. You are here. You have to identify things in some area or some aspect of your life where you want to go. Maybe it is finance, which we were discussing. Maybe it is health, or maybe it is relation. Identify where you are and where you want to go. The best way to be satisfied is reduce your expectations. You will be happy. But if you increase and keep on raising your bar, that will help you to be dissatisfied. And until unless you are not dissatisfied, nothing is going to happen. The first thing, 90 or 80% contribution is in this cup of dissatisfaction. Then add a spoon of reason. Until unless you are
having some targets in your life, short term and long term, you are not going to achieve anything. For achieving those dissatisfaction area, you need to set some targets for short term and long term. And then add first action, pinch of your first step. Today, right now. If you are not doing right now, again, you will be delaying your processes. You won't be able to reach in the compounding interest, maybe things which Smiley is getting as of now as a Toastmaster. We keep on postponing, postponing the things. So this is the formula. And resistance is bound to come. That's why we have first gear in our vehicle. Why we have first gear? Because it requires a lot of torque, more torque, to put you into the state of motion. And it's Newton's first law also, that you won't be able to take any action until unless some external force gives you the motion, or maybe if there's a motion to break you, to stop you. So, personal level, I had a lot of resistance in me to speak in English with people. I have spent, or maybe I delayed everything for years. Because even though I was not even dissatisfied with him. I was not setting up some target, and I was not taking, that's why I was not taking any step. For organizational level, it's very difficult to even change our level. People has to do changes at organizational level, and people has to change at national level. So just imagine for those who are working for national level or world level, and we are talking about our own or self level changes. So in organizational level, when we go for any big change, bigger systemic change, then it is better to use some external forces to bring dissatisfaction in the organization. Otherwise, what happens when you go to petrol pump, you get some smell for some period of time, but when you stay some period of time, then you don't get even that smell, because you get familiar and accommodated with that. So it is always to get some external sources, advisors, or maybe consultants to put some crisis in the organization. Involve most of the team members at the initial stage of the change management itself, that what we really want to achieve, right? And if we are able to set targets from them itself, it will be far better. And then we can involve everybody in finding out some solutions, some guidance for the implementation. So if you use this formula, I am sure that we will be able to make a lot of changes, and we can get compounded results in our life. So now I'm coming to the second objective of this speech today, that I am going to share with you the 4 stages of change, and the first stage is always being denial. At every change, we don't accept that there is a need of change, right? And it's like again, Newton's first law, until a special force will not come and put something on you. And if you have not increased your stake, if you are in action, if you see why you take action when you are identifying some dissatisfaction. First of all, dissatisfaction, because we want to be happy. We should be happy, it's not a problem, but we should be dissatisfied with some area of life which are priority. Right? So in denial phase, if you remember, not only us, in the Mahabharata also, Arjuna was in denial. He was not interested to have fight with Kauravas. And then some external force, Sri Krishna, has helped him to understand the reality, understand the facts and figures, and then make him to another phase. In my case also, for years, I was into denial mode, doing nothing, and all of you are doing in the journey of, you all are in the journey of leadership development and improving the communication skill. What ultimately you are going to do with your leadership skills? What are you going to do with the leadership skills? Please let me know. By the way, you have completed all the Toastmasters objectives, targets of the pathways. What are we going to say later on? Empower people. Anything else? What will do? By adding some more abilities into of leadership.
So when we improve ourselves, when we change ourselves, we definitely become the one person out of those 5 people, surrounded by these. Let's say if I am the person, if I am surrounded by 5 people, I'll become the average of those 5 people. So I want to be the average of those 5 people and to become the part of those 5.
Yeah, absolutely right. That whenever you become a leader, you would like to be in the community which are like-minded, working for same targets which you want to achieve, and you will be focusing on that, right? So I was also in the search when I joined Toastmasters that I should be able to speak in English, I should be able to talk to people in English, which I was used to afraid, lot of fear in talking to people. And in this development itself, you know, I realized that since I used to live with the people, like-minded friends in college, like you, that Angrez to chale gaye, but they have left their kids behind just English. Right? So I lived in that kind of environment with my friends till graduation. So it was very difficult for me to come out from this denial mode. But thanks to those master club, which has helped me to come and give that confidence that okay, yes, I can also speak in English. This biggest change. The second phase is acceptance. Once you accept that okay, now I have left the job, or maybe I am thrown out by this company, or maybe something wrong has happened with my family or something. First, need to accept is that earliest as possible you should come out from the denial. Accept the reality that this is the reality, ground reality now. I have to accept it and I have to get attached with the ground realities. And once you have started going to discuss, collecting data informations to understand the reality, then only you will be able to be in the present moment. Otherwise, you will be again wasting your time and you won't be able to get your compounding interest or compounding growth. Once Arjuna was taught by Sri Krishna, then he picked his Gandhi. He understood that now I have to take my actions. And then next is managing the situation. Once you have accepted, you have started going to new job, or maybe you have accepted the situation that now in my family also I have to leave the situation, then you will start working on it and you will start bringing some small results initially. And once you are in the organization, you are able to set your targets, you are able to communicate the change which you are looking for, and you are able to get the inputs from your team members, then we can see some results are coming initially. Take those examples, share with everybody, people will start popping up like popcorn. And then you will see growth, all the popcorns are produced well, right? And we are getting exponential growth in our activities. Whatever results you want to see, whether it's finance, whether it's relationship, whether it's money or health. So, what I was able to see in my journey, especially on that day of leaving my store and meeting with my director in the night, I was able to see the consequences of my life. Though I was already crossed 50 years of my life, but I decided no, Mr. Arora, you have to come out from your comfort zone. You have to leave your procrastination and jump into some activities which are required for your survival. What I also find, if I would have become useless if I will not use myself. So I started using me as a resource only to get my objects. In Gita also, Sri Krishna has said that Yukta har viharasya, Yukta chestasya karmashu, Yukta स्वप्न bodhasya yogo bhavati. It emphasizes on moderate and balancing in life. It impacting good level of importance for the change. And that's what it has helped and us to learn from the Gita also that there is a need to make a change in life, and without change nothing can happen. And anybody can give me example of your denial, because the denial phase is the most critical phase in your life. Once you come out from the denial phase, you would be able to make some change in your life. Can anybody share any one example?
So I am trying to quit smoking now. Earlier I used to smoke cigarettes, but I felt like I'm not addicted to it. But I was trying to quit it a lot of times. Like I had quit a lot of times, but now like I'm accepting that it's kind of an addiction for me, and I'm trying to change.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Anybody, anyone, one more example? An example of being in denial for long period of time.
And you, there was a pure non-vegetarian, eating for last year, and then I found that eating non-veg and
Thank you. So just list down one or two area of life today that in which area you are not satisfied with. I'm not saying not to be happy. Please make it note that if RQI is saying that okay, be justified and go in the company and make a resign. Please no, I'm not saying that. Please identify one area of your life where you want to see some change and then start working on it. Use that recipe of change, be satisfied, take some sets of targets for long term and short term, and just right now what is being done in this project, first start with. Okay. So if you want to see growth in your life, embrace change. If you want to see big opportunities in your life, embrace change. If you want to be ready in some disappointment, embrace change. If you want to grow in your life, embrace change. Thank you. And let us start the journey from bullet cart to bullet train, and let us see what is next for us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rajan, for a wonderful insightful thought-provoking presentation. And as I said, I'm a firm believer of synchronicity. So somehow, whenever there is a topic, it somehow perfectly aligns with the theme, whatever we choose every day. There will be people when we are talking about relationship. Let me give you one example. A relationship which has compounded so well that it is known globally. 35 years ago, exactly, there were two people, two guys of roughly same age. We used to just go around there and there, or just one used to drive the scooter, another one used to sit behind or the back seat carrying the posters. But that partnership or that value investing or growth investing has compounded so greatly that one of them is leading relation with 144 people. Another one is supporting. Same way, maybe from many years, you may have heard about Warren Buffett. And little do we know that there is another person also at Berkshire Hathaway who is also, you could say, who contributed almost same or maybe more than Warren Buffett in the success of Berkshire Hathaway. Charlie Munger. So that is a kind of compounding which, if you involve in your life, if you nourish it, the return on that effort, return on that investment is extraordinary. It is something which we may not even imagine. So, as Toastmasters rightly pointed out, get out from the denial mode, accept the problem, manage the situation, get in touch with the people who can add value to your life, and but before that, just remove the people who are giving you the compounding, but in the negative sense. So as you know, compounding works both ways. It can take you to higher places, or else it can like crush you into ashes. With that, let's move to another speech for the day, which is from Toastmaster Harsh. And before inviting Toastmaster Harsh, let me invite his evaluator, Toastmaster Bhavna, one of the amazing Toastmasters for Gems of Eloquent Toastmasters Club, our president, Toastmaster.
So our second speaker, Toastmaster Harsh, will be delivering his speech on pathway visionary communication, level 1, project 2. So purpose of his speech is giving the speech in a defined way, in a well-structured way, with a proper opening, well-stitched with a body, and a proper call to action for the audience. So I'm wishing all the best to Harsh for his second speech in the club. With this, I would, for the benefit of timer, please make note speech time is 7 minutes.
5 to 7.
5 to 7 minutes. So over to you, Toastmaster of the day, for revealing the title of his speech, the inner voice.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bhavna. Toastmaster Harsh is a person who is defined by his aspiration for a simple yet powerful, meaningful life. He had big ambitions that stretch beyond the confines of his professional identity as a data scientist. And in terms of compounding, he gives all the credit to his family, which has played a pivotal role in his growth over the years and what's been supported. With that, ladies and gentlemen, let me hand over the stage to Toastmaster Harsh, the inner voice. The inner voice, Toastmaster Harsh. Hello, Toastmasters and ladies. April 2021 is a month that comes us. The second wave of COVID hit India hard. The air was heavy.
Sorry, Harsh, to cut you in between. Your voice is very low.
Hospitals.
Sorry, Harsh, to cut you in between. Yeah, Harsh, your voice is very low. Sorry to cut you in between. Please be loud.
Fellow Toastmasters and ladies. Yeah. April 2021. A month that none of us forget. The streets were uneasy quiet. Here, everywhere fear. The hospitals were Among the countless lives we lost was my dear mother. The grief was a wound that was felt impossible. As the months passed, sorrow, the weight of that sorrow started to build. And we began hope. We started longing for some knowledge, some sense of unity, and some joy. For that, me and some of my friends across India, from across different parts of India, we thought of doing a reunion and celebrating New Year in the vibrant city of Toronto. The plan was full of excitement and promise of reuniting the centuries. However, as December approached, there was a news of a potential third wave of COVID. My instinct was clear: cancel the plan. The memory of my uncle passed, and the devastation we had witnessed in this session. On the other hand, my friends, too eager for the trip, insisted that we proceed anyway. They assured me that everything will be fine. And they said, if I were to back out, the whole trip will be cancelled. They even changed the plan. So instead of going to the city of Jodhpur, we were now going to stay at a friend's place in Gujarat. Now I was surrounded from all sides, and under the immense pressure, I beckoned agreed for it. The trip was fun. Days were filled with laughter, nostalgia, and a sense of belonging. It's great to spend time with friends. Spending moments with them, cherishing a moment, and celebrating the New Year's Eve with people with whom you have bonded over the years. All in all, it was a great trip. While returning, even the journey back home was awesome because I was coming back with two of my friends. And as my friends had assured me, the trip had been fine until that point. The very next day, I received troubling news. One of the friends I was traveling back had fallen sick. Instantly, sense of dread. What if I had carried the virus to my parents? Those parts of uncertainty were happening. I kept replaying in my mind people we met, the moments we shared, the conversations we had. I thought about my parents, their age, their vulnerabilities. It was horrible. And after a few days, our families, which was followed by my mother falls. Those days were filled with worry and guilt. The pressure of the weight of stumbling into peer pressure never felt every day. Fortunately, all of us recovered. But that experience left a lasting impact On that day, I decided and I made a vow to myself that never in my life I would ignore my mentors. The instinct that guides us. Now, peer pressure can be a powerful force, but the instinct, your inner voice, is a reliable guide. And it always knows what's the best for you when others may not see them. But listening to your inner voice is not always. It takes courage to stand firm in your convictions, especially when faced with opposition. But it is in those moments that our characters are defined and strengthened. We learn to value ourselves and our decisions and become more confident and resilient. That experience has taught me the importance of listening to our universe. As we navigate through life, I would want us to honor our strength in the voice. Because in doing so, we do not just protect ourselves, but we also set an example for others to follow. In conclusion, the journey through pandemic has taught us a lot of things. Life, the importance of life, the value of health, and the strength we can find is listening to our parents. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmasters. Indeed, it was a tough time, and yes, and it was not only one, but there were many different lessons for most of us. With that, prepared speeches section comes to an end, and we slide into the another part of today's really favorite topics, most exciting section of today's meeting. Without further ado, let me invite today's topic master, Toastmaster Vishal.
Right. So till time being, dual role today of general evaluator as well as the table topic master. Like to create some sort of distinction so that people understand I'm playing two roles. I can't change my clothes. The least I can do it is maybe switch the watch in the other hand so that people know that right now I'm playing the role of All right, so now for the next 15 minutes, I am the table topic master, Vishal. So before starting the session, I think there were a couple of guests who joined when we were starting this section number 1. So I think you joined after that. So would both of you like to come on the stage and talk a little bit about yourself, what's your name, what to do, and how to get to know about our club? Yeah, please go ahead. Let's give a huge round of applause.
And I was in the same amount in Bangalore. Currently, I moved a month back, and the sponsor is not. Like I was already in the sponsor, and I was in the and as mentioned that more children. When I was also in my college, I was on same like mentioned like whole night study and this and time management. So I felt that I need to adapt what is the requirement of the placement. I said I understood that maybe I can learn and mug up the things and go the interview and but communication skills is something which require regular practice And that's how I joined classes. And then I asked my teacher that, whenever I spoke in English, whenever I speak to you, see, you feel so comfortable. So, but if you ask me and stand up, it's very difficult for me. Then he mentioned, okay, you are interested that much, then I will suggest you. He was also a part of the Toastmasters, then it's an extent. Till 1.5 years, I have not left single day. Every day, punctually, it's raining and hot. And that was my motto. That yes, I have to crack the interview. This is the very basic things. And when the hotel came, I was the out of 150, 10 is selected. And my name was there in the first round, where they just general communication is. Just to tell you more things about it. After all done, they said, okay, everybody can be except Amit. And I want to stop what happened, what I did. I did nothing. Everybody can go to the stage and talk. And then you can review, yes, I'm a part of this club, and this is how. Go these eyes to the values, and this is what maybe each other something identified. So I mean, this is the best platform, and unfortunately, I am in out. I'm not able to concentrate on this. I can try my level best because I feel still I feel if I want to grow professionally, this area helped me, and I've got one of my colleague here because he was expecting me. Please come and take you to understand it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your story. I think Toastmasters is one of those places where I see more referrals, like people coming through referrals, that someone, let's say, their college, their friend or family can introduce them. They don't get any referral reward for that, but the reward that they can help the other person to grow and improve. I think that's the best reward that anyone can get. Do you mind coming on the stage and just talk? Like we know that you got to know about Toastmasters from him, but what are your expectations for Toastmasters?
Myself, I'm working in sales management. So I completed my BTech from external level. So myself and other both were working same organization. So during the training call and whatever meeting we had, so he told you are doing routine work, but I'm seeing that you have lack of confidence. So currently I'm working as senior engineer. So I'm looking for next level as a manager. So he has suggested me to join Toastmasters Club. So you will be able to improve your leadership skill and communication skill. That.
And it takes a lot of courage to come to a Toastmaster meeting and come on the stage and introduce yourself. So you have already taken that first step towards your growth journey. Before proceeding further, just a quick check. Everyone online can hear me loud and clear, right? Can you
Yes, Vishal.
Or Pepsi?
Yes, Vishal. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's not a bad one. So before we start the table topic section, I just want to ask one question from all of you. Who is your favorite comedian and why?
Abhishek.
Okay. Okay. Maybe okay. Stand-up comedians also come. Any actor that you like really like his comedy type?
Raju Srivastav.
Brahmanand and
Anushka Sharma.
Okay. So thank you for that. So my favorite comedian is Govinda. I was born in that era, not very old, but still like I'm a diehard Govinda fan. I love his comic timing, I love his dancing, expression, everything else. The reason why I like Govinda, because I have heard in many interviews that in all his movies there used to be only 20% of the script, and like the entire movie did not used to go as planned. So every day he'll come on the stage and he'll just have a look at, okay, this is the script for today. He will tell the director, I mean, he has worked with David Dhawan for most of his career. So he'll say, David, no, we'll do something else. And then he'll come on the stage and he'll do something else. I think improvisation is one of the best, characteristic or trait that everyone can have. It takes a lot of practice, lot of courage and confidence to be good in that. And the section that we just wrapped up, section 1, which is for the prepared speeches. We come up with a prepared material and we deliver that, right? So the special thing about this section of table topic is that not only you get a chance to not only improve your speaking skills, but also the active learning skills, because you are asked to come on the stage, you are given a topic, you have to think on your feet, and then you have to speak on the topic for 1 to 2 minutes. So uh, that's the reason I think table topics is very important, and that's also primarily one of my motives why I joined this Toastmasters. So the format goes like we like I ask all of you or some of you to come on the stage, given the topic, and then you have to speak on 1 to 2 minutes. You also have 15 seconds to think about the topic, so don't let's say once I give the topic, don't start speaking immediately. Take some time to take like gather your thoughts, and for 15 seconds, just see what you want to speak. So with that, let's start. In table topics, we encourage and prefer to have more guests coming here and taking the challenge. So we would like to start with any guest who wants to volunteer. Okay. Sorry. Please round of applause for Shravya. So Shravya, your topic is, if you could time travel, would you go to the past or the future? If you could time travel, would you go to the past or the future? Time and total timings are what?
Well, as a child, all of us have had some fantasy about having some superpower of some sorts. And coincidentally, I used to actually think about time travel a lot. And being a history buff as well, I've always had that interest. But as I'm standing here right now and I try to think if I want to go forward or backward, I don't really want to go forward or back. Something that I've recently come to terms with, and I really like that about life, is that all the things that have been in the past have made me who I am. And all the things that will come in the future are gonna keep that excitement, keep that newness in the life that I have. So the one thing that really inspires me every day is getting up and having some goals, some 2, 3 goals for the day, but then just seeing where the rest of the day takes me, how I feel, what I want to do, which is the new thing that is catching my attention, and those things are generally what inspire me every single day. So I know it's off topic from what you just said, but that's how I feel about it. And actually, I would encourage all of you to also have a little bit of spontaneity in life. I know that there are Toastmasters and productivity is important, leadership is important. I agree with everything. But equally important is the authentic feeling, the authentic vibe, the authentic desires that you have every single day of your life. So that should also be given equal, if not more importance, is what I. So that's it from my side.
And I totally resonate with that team. I feel that whatever we are product of what we have experienced in our life. So I totally agree with that. I'll maybe switch between one offline and one online guest. And I can see Sagar, who I think is no longer a guest. From today onwards, he is a part of our PTC club. But Sagar, why don't we start with you? Is that okay?
And hear from you.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. You can hear us, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I'll take a leaf out of Shaurya's playbook, what he just mentioned. And if you, the topic for you is, if you could have any superpower, what would it be and why? Let me repeat the topic. If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
Okay, shall I start?
Yes.
Shall I?
Yes.
Okay. Table topic master, fellow Toastmaster, and dear guest, good afternoon. If I have to get us any superpower and why, nice topic. But what I believe that God has already given us so much of superpowers. So I don't need any superpower. If we have to do anything, we just have to believe in ourselves. Like we can not just change ourselves, we can change the entire world. you know there are so many people in the world we can see, like uh, who have done so much in the world. They have become good politicians, they have become spiritual masters, they have changed the entire mankind, they have changed the way people think. They have they have transformed the life of so many people. So let's say suppose somebody is doing his job, and apart from doing his job and working for his family, he can start doing something for the society. He can start, maybe start doing some plantation. And so much bad things are happening in the world. People are cutting trees. So these are like, I'm also doing plantation in my neighborhood. So there is I don't think so there is any extra super power is required. We already have so much powers that God has given us, and we can just utilize and do benefit to us and the society. Thank you very much. Over to you.
All right, I am amazed by the wisdom that we are getting today. Like everyone is very, very happy with where they are, what they are doing right now. So really lovely to hear that, Sagar. I just want to reiterate that our word of the day is adapt, which means communicate something. So I would encourage speakers to use this word of the day in their speech. Moving on, anyone from the guests who like to come with this plan? And then so the topic for you is, what's a memorable act of kindness that you have received or gave? What's one memorable act of kindness that you have received or you gave? You can take 15 seconds to think about it.
I am my name is Shishta, and today my topic is
Memorable act of kindness that you received or gave.
what memorable act of kindness I have received or I have given. So I would like to go with the first one, what I have received. So few days back I was going to the grocery store, okay, which is very near to my house. So I was walking to that store and I bought few stuff, okay, and the packet became quite heavy. I didn't realize, I just picked up the packet because I didn't have this particular chola for the grocery thing. So I took the packet, and while coming back, suddenly I was hit by a door, okay, and something, everything fell down on the floor, on the roadside. So I was clueless because I had a lot of things, like there were tobacco, onion, a lot of things. So I couldn't know how to pick it up. I was very clueless. Suddenly one of the uncle, he has asked his driver, and suddenly one of the uncle, he told his driver, gave me a packet. I didn't tell him what is it about. Then he came downstairs, he helped me to pick up the stuff. He put all the stuff in the packet, and then like, take it. This is what you do. That was the most, I would say, surprising, and that was the most memorable thing, because I was clueless at the moment, because I didn't know how to pick up all the grocery stuff. But then suddenly uncle came all of a sudden with the help of the driver, and they helped me with that. And
Thank you to yes, Dishita, for that lovely explanation of the act of kindness. Now we probably take one more from the yeah, we have Bhavesh. So Bhavesh, we're gonna ask one more guest after that. We ask for you. Experience. Find a difficult topic to you. Please go ahead. Uh, okay. Describe a time when you learned something new and it changed your perspective. Describe a time when you learned something new and it changed your perspective. How many of you are comfortable with their own skin and who you are as a person? My hand wouldn't have raised on this particular question. My hand wouldn't have raised on this particular question a year back. I learned about this thing while I was actually having a conversation with my hiring manager. And I was actually asking her that what made you to decide that I was the one amongst the batch of 150 applicants who applied for my job. And she said this to me that Bhavish, I found that you were not pretending to be someone else whom you are not. In that very moment, I asked this question to myself, but I have always been pretending in front of people of the kind of a person whom I am not. How did I give away this personality that I am the real myself? Because I have always used this phrase for myself that I am never not acting. I'm not authentic to myself. In that brief moment of realization, I realized that how important it is to be yourself for people to like you back, for people to select you for important positions, for people to make that extra step or to actually let them go an extra mile or step to give you the kind of opportunities which you always wanted to receive in your life. That one learning changed my perspective. Since that day, I've been trying really hard to come to terms with who I am as a person, who I am as a natural leader, maybe how I can be a better professional by not imitating someone I knew or someone whom I admire the most, but how I can start admiring my own self by being the truest form of Bhavesh Kirpani. Thank you, Bhavesh. So it is one more topic. Anyone from the guest like to come stage and volunteer? Anyone from? Do you want to come? You want to come? Archana, do you want to take a table topic? It's a very easy one.
Yeah, I'll take.
Hi. Okay. So thank you for volunteering. Your topic is what's the most interesting place you have ever visited and why? What's the most interesting place you have ever visited and why? You can take 15 seconds to think about it and then you can start. Patna, is the topic clear?
Yeah, the topic is clear for me. Okay. So hello everyone. Hello, Toastmasters. My name is Archana. Okay. So my topic is what is the most interesting place I have ever visited and why? So let me tell you all, I have not traveled much in till yet. Because my parents they both were working, and my brothers they were also like staying outside for job, and me and my sister we were alone in the house, so I haven't traveled that much yet. But yeah, due to company visit I traveled Ahmedabad. There I visited Flowers Park. So about that Flowers Park, that is really beautiful. So many colored flowers are there. You will get very, you know, structures which are created from flowers like temples, some animals, some walls also. They are completely made of flowers, from colored flowers. That is a very colorful place. Also, there is one big statue, uh, uh, which is also made of flowers. Means the statue's clothes is completely made of flowers. So yeah, that is very interesting and place which we should like I encourage you all to visit at once, at least once. So, and yeah, that's like yeah, I don't have like so much thing to tell about this topic because yeah, I haven't traveled that much. But that is the only thing clicked in my mind to tell you about to tell about all of you. Yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you. Over to you, Rosma.
Wonderful, sharing the wonderful experience. So that ends the table topic section. I will hand it back to you, table Pratik.
Thank you so much. Easily get uh, so let's jump to the evaluation section, the last uh, part of today's meeting. Before without wasting much of the time, let me invite Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mayan, to share and a book summary. Toastmaster Mayan,
I have consumed a lot of good content in this meeting, and I was just trying to recall what I planned for my session. Anyways, so as a book master of the day, I'll be sharing a summary of a beautiful book which I just read. Before that, I want to ask one question. Have you heard about Wright brothers? Yes. What did they do? Invented. But they failed 99%. Yeah. So they invented aeroplane. Have you heard about Samuel Langley? Tricky one. Don't worry. Let me tell you a story. Almost 120 years back, Samuel Langley was the first person who was given this task to work on inventing a time machine. Oh, sorry, flying machine, which is aeroplane, right? Samuel Langley was a Harvard professor, renowned researcher. He was given the necessary money, resources, he was given the team, he had the right education to do that. And where he was doing his research, few hundred miles away, Wright brothers were also doing the same thing. But the difference was Wright brothers did not have that much money, did not have that much resources, did not have a team, did not have an education. Still, in June 1903, Wright brothers took their first flight. And we all know Wright brothers. And we do not know Samuel Langley. Why did this happen? Why did this happen? Can you please present? Okay, thank you. Why did this happen, right? I'll answer it shortly. Let me tell you another story. Apple. We all know Apple. Not that apple which we eat, the apple which we use, right? Apple is one of the largest company in the world with a market capitalization of $3 trillion, almost equal to the yearly GDP of India. That's the size of Apple. And how much innovative they have been over the years, no one could even beat that. Their nearest rival in iPhones is Samsung. Samsung is not even in top 10 global companies. How can Apple do that? Why can't others? The answer to these questions I could find in a very beautiful book, Start With Why, written by Simon Sinek. Start With Why talks about a very beautiful principle of 3 golden circles, which I want to quickly explain and which will answer these 2 questions as well. The outer circle focuses on what needs to be done, what are the tasks that we have in hand. The middle circle focuses on how, which is the process, and the innermost circle focuses on why, the purpose. Most of us knows what needs to be done. Some of us knows how it needs to be done, but few of us know why it needs to be done. Wright brothers, in my first example, were very clear that they want to transform the flying experience or the transportation experience in the world. On the other hand, Samuel Langley was so much focused on what, and let me tell you, making money, name or fame is not why, it's what. Samuel Langley was so focused on working on the what and earning name, fame and money. Why is Othar so sure that Samuel Langley was focused on what? The reason was the first day when Wright brothers took their first flight, Samuel Langley quit his job. What he could have done, he could have joined hands with Wright brothers and say that you have done a fantastic job. Let's make something marvelous together. But he didn't do it. On the other hand, Wright brothers did it. Coming back to my another story, another example of Apple. How can Apple be so innovative all these days? Why Apple has so loyal customers? Whenever Apple announces a new model of the phone, people queue up even in the early hours of the day to buy an iPhone. Why is that with Apple? Why not with other companies? Let's understand that the way companies communicate with their customers. Typical companies communicate. We manufacture phones, we manufacture tablets, we manufacture computers. These are user-friendly, easy to use. Want to buy one? That's how companies typically communicate. This is known as feature selling. Let's discuss how Apple communicates. Apple says that whatever we do, we always believe we need to challenge the status quo. We always believe in thinking differently. How we do it? We manufacture products which are user-friendly and easy to use. We happen to make some iPhones. Want to buy one? That's how Apple communicates. Typically, most of us, even the companies and the individuals, communicate outside in, but the trick is to communicate inside out. Even in an organization is also structured like this. I'll tell you how. Most of the staff members, they are just concerned about their tasks. What needs to be done? They do it and leave for home. There are managers in the company, they are concerned about how. Because they think about how to improvise the process. But there are CEOs and founders in the companies who are really concerned about the purpose that they are making. In fact, our minds are also structured in this way. How? If you look at our brains, the frontal or the outer portion of our brain, known as, sorry, I'm forgetting the name. I'm sorry about that. I'm forgetting the name. I learned it. Anyways, the outer portion of the brain is focused on facts and figures and the language. But the inner portion, which is the limbic brain, is focused on feelings and emotions. If you communicate with someone, if you really want to influence someone, instead of facts and figures, if you focus on the feelings, the emotions, the way Apple does, then you will be able to influence that person. Just to conclude the summary of this book, one important phrase or one important sentence of this book: people don't buy what you do, people buy why you do. Let me repeat: people don't buy what you do, people buy what you do. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmasters, Maya. Maybe this will help me in something. All right, without further ado, let me hand over the stage to Toastmaster Vishal for the evaluation section. Toastmaster Vishal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Maya. Prateek. So now we start our session 3, which is the evaluation session. So for that, we start with the evaluation of the prepared speeches, and then we will hear from our tag team how they have evaluated. So first, I would like to invite Toastmaster Bhavesh for his report.
I'm so sorry you actually see me a lot today. I'm so sorry for that. Let me just quickly evaluate Toastmaster Rajinder's keynote session. First, it's let me tell you that you don't look 50. And I think your body is itself not, I would say, ready to embrace the change of old age. So thank you so much, and a big congratulations on keeping yourself so fit and enthusiastic. My biggest key takeaway from this keynote session was that it's highly satisfying to be consistently dissatisfied all the time. Because if you're dissatisfied with the status quo of your personal and professional life, only then you will be building or taking those extra steps to make the imperative changes in your life, and that's how you're going to fight the resistance. So the biggest takeaway would be it's highly satisfying to be dissatisfied all the time. So you excelled at audience awareness, I would say. Right from the beginning, you asked audience an important question which hooked the entire audience from the start of the session. You were responding with spontaneity to the answers of the audience as well, and then you were building your content on the answers which audiences were providing you with. Your eye contact was impeccable, I would say, because you were looking straight into my eyes all the time, and in every single Toastmaster's eyes and guest eyes. So you excelled at making eye contact with them. Your gestures were broad, smooth. It kind of added the confidence you needed to actually carry forward that entire keynote session for over 20 minutes. Your body language was dramatic and interesting because you were utilizing the entire stage. You were actually moving from here to then you were actually going there. I also saw that you were making it to an effort to make sure that you're also making Toastmaster Pratik involved from here. Then you also went to Toastmaster Bhavna to speak about something. So your entire body language and usage of stage was interesting, impeccable, and really dramatic, which was adding the necessary flares in your entire session. Again, your content was relatable and something which we all are going through at the moment. So it really kept us hooked in the entire session. What worked as a cherry on the cake was your interesting stories from your corporate life, from your dream, and how you also related this entire session with the stories of Mahabharata as well. You might want to work on adding humor This is something which I personally feel that when you're talking about some important concepts, we can actually read about all those concepts to Google as well. But if you wanna break the monotony, you might wanna add some kind of interesting humor, comic elements, which can also bring smiles to the faces of the audience members as well. And lastly, you can actually challenge yourself by making your ending more impactful by doing certain kind of an activity which would have made a lasting impression and it could have also made your ending much more I would say consolidated, structured, more impactful in the eyes of audience. That was my evaluation for your speech. I would say biggest learning again to break the monotony, to make necessary changes in your life. It is really important for all of us to be dissatisfied all the time in order to make ourselves much more satisfied than we are already. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Bhavin, for that holistic evaluation. Now I would like to call Toastmaster Bhavna for Toastmaster Harsh's speech evaluation.
Okay. The most sensitive topic for all of us. So I personally do not think about that time, but it puts me away with the flow. So your softness is your uniqueness. Your voice and tone took me to that pandemic era, and I had actually relived that moment with you when you narrated a story where uh, your friend fell sick after your trip, and that haunting question came into your mind. What if it is COVID? Right? So this speech started at sad note. Your tone was really great at that point of time. But I observed some happy moments during November and December before you got the news of third wave. So there you should have used slightly tone modulation. And you said days were filled with laughter, everything was going good. So you should have modulated your tone slightly because that was coming starting from the till the mid of the speech. That was the same flow which was coming. So that would have given some different aspect, and the people who were just following you throughout the script would be able to identify and be able to gauge the happiness which you really feeling at that point in time before getting the one day. So as a challenge, also you can try keeping a check if audience are following you throughout the speech by asking one relevant question. If you're not asking any question during the beginning of your speech, that's fine. But you can have one question, a relevant question during your speech or maybe towards the end of your speech for the audience. In a nutshell, I would say a well-stitched speech comes with a super powerful message which you have given to all of us. The inner voice, your instinct is very powerful. So we usually choose to suppress our inner voice because of the outside pressure and logical thinkings, which I should not be doing. So a great message delivered to all of us. In a nutshell, your speech fulfilled the purpose of your project, and I'm looking forward to hear you again very soon.
All right, thank you, Toastmaster Bhavna. So now I would like to introduce the members of my tag team one by one to present their report. First, I would like to introduce our title of the day. Abhinav.
Tarun.
Toastmaster Tarun.
Yes, yes.
Yes, Tarun.
So we started a bit late, but I think we are on time. Let me start with the prepared speeches. Toastmaster Rajinder, your speech was perfectly on time. It was 20 minutes and 10 seconds. Toastmaster Harsh, your speech was 7 minutes 20 seconds. And evaluation. Toastmaster Bhavna, your introduction about Toastmaster Harsh speech was 50 seconds, and the evaluation lasted 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Toastmaster Bhavesh, your introduction about the speech was 1 minute and your evaluation was 3 minutes and 35 seconds. The table topic sessions, overall session lasted 17 minutes and 47 seconds. Guest Shaurya, time was 1 minute and 33 seconds. Toastmaster Sagar, 1 minute 40 seconds. Guest Dikshita, 55 seconds. Toastmaster Bhavesh, 2 minutes. And guest Rachna, 1 minute and 47 seconds. So thank you for all your contribution, and I hope that in future we will improve our timings.
Yes, Arun, for taking that role in the last minute. Thank you for that. Now I would like to invite our counter and group master for the day, the master mind. All right, so here is the summary of the E, so, and UNOS. I have mostly tracked those individuals who have spoken for at least 2 to 3 minutes, apart from the interruption. So, firstly, our TMOD, Prateek, Toastmaster Prateek, you did a fantastic job. I think you used filler words for 5 to 7 times. Then, our presiding officer, Bhavna, you used so 2 to 3 times. Toastmaster Vishal, you used so and in the beginning, usually 2 to 3 times. Then during your general evaluation session, you use it again 2 to 3 times. Then guest Tarun, you used more than 5 times. Bhavesh, nothing significant. I think 1 to 2 times you use the filler word, but nothing significant. Toastmaster Rajendra Arora, you use so majorly more than 5 times. But was 1 to 2 times. So maybe we need to work on the usage of so. Then Toastmaster Harsh, I know the topic was a little sensitive, so you were having a low pitch, but I feel that pauses were a little longer. So pauses could be reduced to make the speech more effective. Yes, Shaurya, I really like your table topic speech discussion. No pauses I could see. Then yes, Sagar, you used more than 5 times. Yes, Dikshita, I couldn't find any usage of filler words. And lastly, yes, Archana used so and other filler words couple of times. So that's my view. Thank you. Now moving on to the last role player. So I would like to invite Grammarian Rashmi to share her role. Over to you, Rashmi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishal. First, I would like to confirm, am I audible and clear? Okay, perfect. Okay, so thank you everyone, and I like the way everyone used the different variety of words and vocabulary. So throughout the meeting, the grammatical errors were not that much, but I really liked few diverse vocabulary that we used throughout the meeting. For instance, Toastmaster Prateek used the phrase, we are average of 5 people we spend most of the time with. Toastmaster used the word mankind. Toastmaster Mayank used the word deteriorate. Toastmaster Bhavesh, your usage of vocabulary and words are brilliant, be it your evaluation or your table topic speeches, which are impromptu. So you use the words like impeccable, cherry on the cake, break the monotony. So I would say these words and phrases made your speeches impeccable. And Toastmaster, now I would like to start with the speaker Rajendra. You mentioned in your speech that you started speaking English at the very later stage of your life, but I didn't feel like, that you're not fluent or you made grammatical errors. Your speech was fantastic. Your words and usage of English was fantastic. Um, and you used few words like resistance, and you used the theme word compounding, which made your speech very effective. And just one small recommendation, instead of using people has to, we should use people have to. But overall, the overall speech was perfect. Toastmaster Hirsch, I didn't find any major grammatical errors in your speech, but I would recommend you to add more new words and vocabulary. that can help you make your speech more effective. Otherwise, no incorrect usage of English and grammar. Then, lastly, I noticed we didn't incorporate the word of the day throughout the meeting in our speeches and evaluations. So I know it's challenging and hard to add the word on the spot, but overall, it's gonna make our speech effective and it's gonna make us a better communicator. And thank you, Toastmaster Vishal. I really appreciate in the middle of the meeting, you reminded everyone to use the word of the day, adapt. So I really like that. Can we have a quick session and maybe guest or maybe someone from the audience can come on the stage or be from your seat also we can have some sentences from you from for wherein you can use the word of the day. Anyone would like to participate?
Can you repeat that again? Sorry.
Okay, so hello.
Can you type it in the chat? Meanwhile, please conclude the sentence. Okay, I will see, and then I'll come back to it in a while.
Sorry, what, Vishal?
I'll say.
Okay, so as we are running a little bit over time, I'll just
Okay.
share my report as the general evaluator. So first of all, I would like to give a huge round of applause for Prateek. He was here at 11 a.m. or even before that. He made all the arrangements. He connected all the laptop, etc., etc. Sometimes we face logistic challenges once we start the meeting, but we did everything perfectly. So thank you for doing that, and thank you for wearing multiple hats. I think the topic that is selected for today was good. It was kind of relatable, and you hooked everyone. One thing which I really liked about you is your positive attitude and a smile on your face. I mean, there was challenges throughout the meeting, but you still kept your calm and trying to navigate through it. So a huge round of applause to you for that. Just one feedback, I think not only for you, but maybe for us as a club, that from next time onwards, we'll align all the seats from this side to maybe this side, so that we have the entire stage only for the speaker to come and utilize. That's the only feedback. Coming to the presiding officer, so thank you for welcoming the guests the best way possible. I think you asked the guests when they came here to introduce themselves. I think if you give them a framework in terms of how they can introduce themselves. Let's say that they can put their name, what they do, how they got to know about Toastmaster, and what's their objective. Then it gives everyone a chance to talk about the four specific things. Otherwise, then you hear different things from different people. So that's the feedback of PO. Coming to the role players, the timer and our counter had one thing which was really good. Both of them used a good analogy to explain the role. So I really like the way that you started what the importance of timer or the importance of our counter is in our live speeches. One feedback for timer is that once you show the card, keep showing the card for at least 10 seconds or 15 seconds and raise it like this. Because sometimes it becomes a little bit difficult for speaker to focus there. That's the only thing. For our counter, there's no feedback, but probably the best person to play the role of our counter, but we don't have any other feedback. One thing for Gregarian Rashmi, similar to what our timer and our counter did, maybe you can also use an analogy or maybe just quote an example from a movie or anywhere else that why you feel the importance of grammar is in our life. And then I'm not sure if that was done, but the word of the day, adapt. Just maybe you can quote a sentence where people can use this, how you can use that would be great. And also, apart from the word of the day, we also introduce idiom or phrase of the day. So I think that we skipped today, but going forward, just be aware that we should introduce the phrase of the day as well. But otherwise, a great job, Rashmi. I think your valuation report was very holistic. Now, coming to the evaluators, so one thing which was common for both Avesh as well as Bhavna, you both introduced the speaker's objective really well. But just a and both of you actually followed the CRC approach. So that was a really great thing. Bhavish, one feedback I would like to give you for you is that you can also highlight the timer, what exactly is the time of your speaker. That's what Bhavna did, that speaker is supposed to, speak for 4 to 6 minutes. So just look into the eye of timer and make sure that we understand this is the time. Apart from that, one more thing that we can improve on is whenever you are talking about the recommendations or improvement, and that's for both of you, not specific. Maybe give some examples that, okay, for example, you said this word like power. Maybe you tell them that if you want to do a voice formulation, you have to say power as power, something like that. So that like if they understand, what they actually did and what they would have done. So maybe give more realistic examples. But apart from that, I think both of you like for the CRC approach, it was good. One feedback for the online audience, if possible, try to be on camera. I mean, sometimes when the speaker is on the stage, they become so engaged in the offline audience that they, forget that they have an online presence as well. So if people have, like, if we have you on camera, I think like me and speaker will, focus on the online audience as well. One last feedback for overall table topic session. So for the speakers who come here, this is your opportunity. You are not being judged here. It's a very safe space. So utilize the time, at least speak for 1 minute. And even if you cross 2 minutes, it's fine. Not a big deal. Okay. So make the best use of your time. And the intention of giving such easy topic is for us to make you comfortable and come on the stage. So next time, I anticipate that we'll have much more guests willing to come on the stage. Overall, that was my report. Back to you, or back to presiding officer, Toastmaster Bhavna.
We do not have active listener role today, but if we will have that role, I'm sure we will have taken that. So before wrapping up the meeting, I would like to have feedbacks from our guests.
Do you want to maybe scale of feedback? Meanwhile, we can share the voting link and then
So this is the Wi-Fi passport voting link.
Voting links are there in the guest groups as well.
What is the name of the Wi-Fi?
Airtel, it will come.
Speak forward. So I will say. So for me, it's a first session and was quite interesting. So from the beginning, I like when the Toastmaster sorry. So the topic that given to sorry, and so I had a different thought at that time. I thought like he would go to the past only. So, but he has given a different thought, and I was very surprised, and I thought like I should think that way also. And I found it very interesting also. Like let it be like, whatever happened in past. Whomsoever I am like I'm standing here is because of my past only. Whatever mistakes I have made, I have learned from them, and I keep on learning. And overall session was good, and it was quite interesting also. And I thought I was not very much aware like what exactly was going to happen in this session. I thought it would be a kind of general discussion only, and it is a kind of structured session. And timing, I would say like we completed the session on time, and he was like like raising the flags every time like, whenever person reaches to the time. So overall, it was very interesting and thank you so much.
Thank you for your feedback. I would like to have more guests for the feedback. If there are.
You want to
Yeah.
It was good to come back to talk after all this. So many people come on to forum, expect themselves and they go to the area. And then they really happy to be part of the journey from in from everyone.
Yes, sure. Would you like to come up?
Photos.
Great to be here, and first of all, I would like to congratulate the members of this club who conducted this meeting in a very precise and very good manner. The flow of things was very good, and this is probably the thing, the closest to what I was also looking for. So I have been a part of a virtual club, but in the virtual meetings, you miss all of this. Having people in front of you, gauging their expressions, understanding how they're moved in the room is, and all of those things. And in addition to that, I see at least two people, Mayank and also Bhavesh, who I would just love to learn a couple of things from each of them. The way he conducts himself, the way he delivers, and the way Bhavesh is able to structure things so quickly. He's able to really surprise me. The way he was able to structure it was really good. So overall, I had a great time, and I hope this level keeps at it and keeps on raising in the future.
Then looking forward to having you in our future meetings to learn from you. Anybody else would like to come up on the stage for the feedback? Any guests? Oh, yes. Yes.
Good afternoon once again. Overall, great meeting, great speeches, and good evaluation, and I like the topics as well. And whoever has done this camera work and all, I can, from first time I'm doing, second time I'm doing the attending online meeting, I can see everybody and people on the stage. Just one feedback. I can't hear, or maybe I think Rashmi has also, mentioned that we were not able to hear properly. So maybe, in future meeting, we can use some mics and all. So that would be better. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
For your feedback, Sagar, yeah, we will definitely take care of this feedback and we'll definitely try to implement that in the future meetings. So we can quickly jump to the voting section. We have 14 responses here. I hope everyone has filled the voting forms. Yes, Shikha and Meena, would you like to share some feedback? Yeah, so we have 14 responses. We are proceeding with that. So first, 15 responses. So first voting poll was for the best auxiliary role here, that was between timer, counter, grammarian, and master. Any guesses for that?
No fast.
Having access to check the responses. Congratulations. Next is best table topic speaker, that was guest Shaurya, Toastmaster Sagar, guest Rishika, Toastmaster Bhavesh, guest Arjuna. I am sure they are having the responses. That is guest Shaurya. Please don't use your phone. I'm still skeptical that you are checking these concepts. The next is for best table topic speaker. Best prepared speaker. Toastmaster Rajendra and Toastmaster Harsh.
Should be right.
That should be tied, but yeah, this goes to Toastmaster Rajendra. Next is best speech evaluator. Toastmaster Bhavesh and Toastmaster Bhavesh.
I society. The name starts with B.
Toastmaster Bhavesh. Last one is best role player, that is Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Pratik, Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Vishal, and General Evaluator, Toastmaster Vishal.
All of them. Three of them. Three of them.
Yeah, so 3 of them were in the voting list, but one has been nominated. That is Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Pratik.
Because taking these numbers and that, yeah, you did just take to both the group. Yeah.
Here we are wrapping up the meeting with a beautiful note with some call to actions with the insightful thoughts and thought provoking ideas as well. So in every meeting, I believe not only the speeches gives us call to action, some messages, but our entire agenda of this meeting gives some thoughts to us that we can take away with us. So there are many thoughts, many inspirations which are taking away with us today after this meeting. So let's.
Can you take a picture of the audience?